Well, absolute outrage when it comes to this decision made by Ofcom, announced today when it comes to GB News. GB News, of course, giving people more choice when it comes to broadcast media in the UK that had long become incredibly out of touch and sterile. And there's been outrage today surrounding this decision by Ofcom. Now, this centres around the GB News People's Forum with Rishi Sunak, that Ofcom are saying broke broadcasting rules, that they failed to preserve due impartiality, and they could now face sanction, saying they found an appropriately wide range of significant viewpoints were not presented and given due weight. The Ofcom considers GB News' failure to preserve due impartiality in this case to be serious, and that given two previous breaches of these rules repeated, and they're starting a process for consideration of a statutory sanction against GB News. Now, I think the success of GB News is incredibly important in terms of giving some real choice in the broadcast media landscape, particularly when you look ahead to the next general election, and highlighting issues that the likes of the BBC would prefer to ignore. And GB News not happy with this ruling. They have hit back very strongly indeed, describing this as an alarming development in its attempt to silence us by standing in the way of a forum that allows the public to question politicians directly. And they say that Ofcom is obliged by law to uphold freedom of speech and not to interfere with the right of all news organisations to make their own editorial decisions within the law. Those speaking out against this from Ofcom today include Alison Pearson, saying that when she appears on there, there's at least one other panellist expressing the opposite political point of view, and at the worst, least impartial broadcasting experience she had was actually on the BBC, and that Channel 4 News clearly offers a fiercely left-wing perspective. Patrick O'Flynn describing this as a strange and arbitrary ruling from Ofcom. Nigel Farage describing it as ridiculous, and Conservative MP Jonathan Gullis there saying how on earth Ofcom has sanctioned GB News for allowing viewers to ask their questions to the PM defies logic, especially when the channel has offered Starmer the same choice. So GB News hitting back very strongly indeed on this today. Let me know what you make of what Ofcom have ruled, and indeed of the GB News response there. As ever, I will keep bringing you all the latest on this and more, so please do whack this video a quick thumbs up, and of course, as ever, cheers for watching.